Hello, everybody. Welcome, my friends. We are here today in the Give a Creator a Rope page hop. So I was asked to fill in, and so I was trying to think, well, do I have any rope that I could, use? And so I did find something. It's rope-esque, we'll say that. How's that? I thought that I had some nautical stuff, and I thought, you know what? I think that would be perfect to use some rope things with, and so I found some goodies, and so we're going to see what a creator can do with rope. And I hope that you will stay tuned. In the description, I have everybody who is going to be in the event. I am streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and so if you see any comments that you don't see where in the world they're coming from the other platform. And so I hope that that everybody has a wonderful time and will stop in and see the creators today. If you need to go over to Facebook to do that, if you pop in on YouTube, you do have all of the names of the pages for everybody. So hopefully that will make it easy. And let me just pop myself into a couple of places here. My page is kind of hard for other people to share anymore because, I don't know, Mr. Book has done something, and if people share it from their own page, it just looks like I didn't want anybody to see it. So that makes it kind of rough. But we've got it all figured out. We've got people that are going to put me where I need to be. I'm going to put myself another couple of places, and we are going to rock and roll. Or should I say rope and roll? We're going to do something, right? It's going to be fun. Okay, now, I told you that we are going to do a tab bound journal, and I have not done one of those. I'm excited to try it today, and I don't think it looks too difficult, so hopefully we'll be able to get that all taken care of. So hey there, Rhonda, Linda, Deborah, Connie, Karen, Denise, Martha. I think I got two Deborahs here, maybe just one. Sina, Sue, Maria. You guys, I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Thank you for popping in. So hang on just one second. Let me move something off my desk, and I'll show you what we're going to do today. Pull my chair up. Get ready to rope and roll. Okay, so here's what we got going on. Oops, what in the world? Let me get more of my desk in there. Okay, so let me straighten it up a little. There we go. Hi Dana. Hi Carol. Hello, Roberta. All right, so you guys, I decided for this little project, I wanted to make like an envelope journal, but I wanted to bind it differently. And so I had some envelopes, and this is what they started with. Well, for what I wanted to use, I didn't want them this color, so I real quickly threw them into a coffee bath this morning, and I dried them, and this is how they turned out. And this one is so funny because I opened it up, because I was thinking, I didn't know whether I wanted it to, stick to itself. And look what a difference that it was on one side than the other. I may have almost scorched them on one side, because I did see where they say you should probably turn them over halfway through, because I only had time to heat it in the oven. But I thought that would be kind of cool, because we could turn it over this way. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this one a little help and make sure it doesn't continue to rip. So, well, let's use a little bit of fabric tack here. What are you guys doing today? Hi, Sherry. Thanks, Ben. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of fabric tack on here and give this a little help to keep it from continuing to rip. So I'm just going to place it all the way down there, and I'll tell you what happened. How it ripped was, I was thinking, well, I actually poured my own coffee in. I didn't mix up any of the special instant coffee or anything else, and I just went ahead and used my own coffee. Okay, now I put that on that side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this other glue on this side and just kind of rub it down here, just here. I feel like I'm doing like first aid. This will dry clear, and then no matter what else we do, we'll just give it a little bit of stability right there. So anyway, I just used my own coffee, poured some in a big dish, took it out, and what I thought I would do is I thought, oh, it might be hot and I don't want my fingers in it, so I was trying to use a pair of tongs. Yeah, that didn't work out the best. It just was too rough. My little things did not like that. And the paper, it was really interesting, you know, to do this. I have not dyed paper in years and years and years, you guys. Oh, Karen, you're fussy cutting the bridal printable. Yeah. Hi, Sheila. How are you? Coming up after me, you guys, is Simple Creations by Sheila. She's going to be next. And so we want to go over there afterwards. Okay. So the one thing I thought was kind of cool about this was the fact that it could be really different along through here. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to fold all of these envelopes in half. These are 5x7 envelopes. So we're going to fold them like this. And this could make a little pocket right here. So now that I see where that is about halfway, I'm just going to put some glue right along here. And then just go ahead and turn, and I'm actually going to put a little glue here and hold those down. And that way, that'll actually give that a little bit more support right there where it has its boo-boo. Oh, I guess I better press this down so it glues itself shut. Okay. Now this doesn't even make any sense because now I've got pockets upside down. That could be good pockets, but now it's upside down. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I do want this to be pockets this way. So we probably will just cover that with a piece of paper and nobody will know it was there anyway. Okay, so now we're going to do all these. You can have your flaps on the inside or the outside. See, like this one is the way it was meant to go. And then here we've got plain side there. So let's do the same thing here. We'll make this one a pocket too because I did leave it open. I don't know how many of them. You know, actually, I think it just completely washed any gummy stuff off that was supposed to be, you know, to seal the envelope. I think it just washed it away. Okay. We got all kinds of people. Hello, everyone. If I didn't mention you, welcome. Hey, there's Justin. Hey, Justin. Justin's going to be on in a little while, too. Okay. So just fold them in half, and then we're just going to stack them up. So either you can have that on the outside, and you know what? I actually even kind of pressed them with my tiny iron, but look at that. They're completely crinkled up again. I'm going to go ahead and close this up just like it was supposed to be. And just seal it up. How many of you have done a tab bound journal before? Hey Stephanie, how are you? Man, it's so crinkly. Gotta make sure it gets sealed down there. So like I said, your little pocket things, you can put them on the outside or the inside. Let's put this on the outside. It just seems to, it feels like it wants to bend that way. You know, sometimes that's the way we decide how we're going to do things, is kind of the way it moves. Like you can just feel the way that it might want to move around. Okay. And then one more. Yeah, it just washed all this up. Look, this one I left open. So here's another one that we're going to have a real difference there. And it's okay. It really is. Because we're going to cover a lot of it up anyway, right? We use our papers and cover it all up. How many of you have done any of your own coffee dyeing? So this is going to be two things. One, not so new. I have done, you know, some paper dyeing in the past, just not in years and years. But I have not ever done the tab bound. I know how it goes together. Hopefully it will go together smoothly. Isn't that always the way? You know, sometimes you just don't use your supplies to practice something. Because I wanted to use these pointed flap envelopes. I have a lot of envelopes, but most of them do not have the flaps. I mean, they have flaps. They don't have pointed ones. Okay, now you guys, I told you that I use my regular coffee. And you know, I don't know if you know this or not, but coffee and tea are both, they do have some acidity in them. So when you use that and you dye papers, you know, they're not going to probably last for the eternity. They're probably going to last as long as you want them to. But, you know, just be aware of that because they are not going to last forever. And let's do this one this way. Actually, we've got one dark one that we made for an envelope. Maybe we want to do the, oh, I already sealed it down, doesn't matter. You can't change your mind after you seal it down. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to line them up the way we want. And I think I'll put, we'll use this for the front. Or I don't know, that's kind of pretty. Where's that one that was really messed up? Maybe, you know what? Let's do this. Let's use this one for the front, but let's glue it down. We're going to put other stuff in it. We're going to use some papers to, you know, put on the fronts. Let me just glue it down. And it can be the front. And then, so all we need to do to make sure it's the front is we do this. And then those pockets can be inside the front. Okay, so this is the front one. So then you just decide, you know, how you're going to put them in. And maybe you, oh my gosh, you guys. Well, I've already got a pocket here. That one's, yeah, we did leave that one to be a pocket. How many of those did I leave for pockets? So we got that one. Now, after I said I'd folded them to be the easiest way that they felt like they would fold, now I'm flipping them the other side. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay. Okay, so this one can be next. I'm just going to stack them up here. That one's got some pockets. Let's just flip that one the other way. It doesn't, you guys, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Ta-da! Now we're done. Okay. So now what we're going to do, oh shoot, I was going to cut these little pieces beforehand. So we're going to cut some little strips, and some of these are going to have 3 on them and some are going to have 2. So let's just get our first couple of pages started. Okay, and I'll show you how we're going to do this. So we're going to put this right here. We're going to put 3 of them here, 1 at the bottom, at the as I do the top, we're putting one at the top, one at the bottom, and then we'll eyeball it and put one in the center. Okay. Okay. You want to make sure they're glued on there good. I probably should have used some Fabri-Tac instead. Let's switch to our Fabri-Tac. It'll grab it down there. Okay. Now here's our next one, and on this one we're going to lay it right here, and we're going to line these up, match them up, and then these are going to go in between. Okay, so right in between. Okay, so we're going to put it here and just kind of wiggle it around, make sure it, ooh, oh, is that going to stick more to me than the paper? And most of it's going to be covered up, so you don't really need to worry about which way, you know, that it is going, okay? And so you'd flip this one over. Okay, now we need the next one, and it's going to match up where the first, this is going to be another 3. So you just alternate and do 3 on one and 2 on the next one. And you just keep doing that all the way. So we'll just kind of line them up. And you know, on these it's not too hard. I mean, you're basically just kind of eyeballing it there. So we've got one at the top, one in the middle, and then one at the bottom. Okay, and then this one is a 2. So we just want to line that up. So, whoops. Oh, I almost got it in the wrong spot. Oh, you know, I kind of wish I had done another one, because now I'm not sure if I need any on that one. Okay, so now what we do is we lay these down like this, and now we just attach the first 3. So this just wraps over, and this one wraps over, and this one. And now we put this one on, and we pull the 2 over. I hope this isn't seeping through those and then grabbing the paper. So, you know, you're going to see in a minute why I said I wish maybe I had done one more envelope. Because I think the back one's only going to have 2 holding it. Okay. Okay, so now we flip this one over. And then we just do our 3. And that's all there is to this kind of a binding. What do you think? You'll try it? See, it's not that difficult. I probably made the folding the envelopes look harder than this. What do you think? And so now this one should just get these 2. And see, this is why I said I kind of wish I would have done one more because it would have been another 3. So keep that in mind. It's probably best to do an even number of envelopes, because if I would have done an even number, that would have worked out. Oh my goodness, let's squeeze it down there. Oh, that is not one to stick. Now, like I said, I hope I have not gotten glue squeezed out of here. You know, if you put too much of that, it takes longer to dry, and it's just like gooing all around there. Oh, Capri, you made an art class and it was fun. Yes! Okay, so there we go. There's our little binding. Just be careful. Okay, it looks like they're not... Okay, it looks like they're not each glued in the wrong spot. Okay. Okay, some of them kind of got, you know, out of whack. Like a lot. Okay, now then, I got some rope. Now, what I want to do is I want to put some of this along. I want this to be kind of a tie. I don't know really how long I want it. I want to make sure I've got enough to like tie a little bow when it's all done, just to give it a closure. So that's what I'm going to use for the closure. And I want to do that and put it under my paper that I'm going to decorate it with. Now I'm going to use my other glue for this because I think it will stick faster. I'm just going to put it kind of in the center. And just hold it for a second while it catches. It grabs pretty good. This is that reptile glue. And so if you don't get it too much, you know, it grabs pretty quick. Okay. There we go. I think that's stuck down there. And then we'll do this one. I know, Stephanie, I was wondering how come I hadn't been seeing you. So after we had been talking earlier, it makes sense. If you are doing stuff mostly on another platform, that's why. Okay, so now, there we go. Okay, now let's start adding some goodies to this. Oh my goodness, where did I put the stuff I cut? Found it. Oh, I just grabbed my scissors out of the trash. Okay. So I've got a few things already cut. Okay, so here's information for you. I had a piece of decorative paper. I'll show you one. Here's some of the behind the scenes info that you need to, you know, think about. Okay, these pages I figured that I would cut. Let me see. I had one I thought would be fun for the front. Maybe it's this one. It has a kind of a cool thing on the front. Or no, this one looks like it's right side up. Okay, so when I cut these things, I left a little bit around the edge, and so these are 3 1/4 wide and 4 7/8 inches long. That was what I decided I wanted to do. Well, when I started to cut them out of here and I started cutting them across, I couldn't get 4 of them across. And I thought, okay, this is that same kind of thing that happens if you're going to try and do 5 by 7 pieces for cards or something like that. And you know, my trick for that is to turn your paper to cut it. So what you end up doing, and so the next things that I did, I cut my 4 pieces of 5x7 out of my 12x12, and then I could get 2 out of each one. And so I was able to get, you know, as many of these as possible. So where I could only get 3 here, the way that you do that is you end up getting 2 there and 2 here, and I think then that means like 2 this way up here, and then these end up being another skinny piece like this. And so all you end up with when you cut it like this, you've got 4 5x7s here, and all you end up with is a tiny square in the middle. And so, and I've shown that before on my page, but you know, that way I was able to maximize my paper. And you know, when you've got paper, when you've got something, especially when you're using it for a theme or something special that you're doing, you want to maximize all that you can get out of it, right? So let's see, let's go ahead and put this down on the front. And we'll go ahead and get that down real quick. You know, I'm going to use this other one. I know, summer is a busy time, right, Stephanie? Oh my goodness, I know, right, Capri? Aren't these fun? And look, and then it's got some like this, and I think I've still got some to use inside that can have this fun rope look. I mean, could I have found any better paper to use? And I was thinking, gosh, I think I have got some nautical themed paper that's got some ropes on it. And then you just hope you can find it, right? That needs to slide down. And that didn't go down right. Luckily, I grabbed it in time. I even waited too long. I couldn't even get it to slide. That is one thing. If you use Fabri-Tac, you've got a little bit, you know, more time for your slide. You can get it to slide. Oh my goodness. There we go. This is going to be a chunky little book. And I think that's kind of fun. And so then on the back, let's see, oh, yep, look here. I've got this one, and it can be on the back, and we'll have this going this way. And this one says, follow your dreams. And that's kind of fun. Actually, I think the way that was laid out on the paper, I think it was kind of right down here by where the ship's wheel is. I just always call it the ship's steering wheel. I don't really know what you call it. Maybe it's just called a wheel. I don't know. Anybody know? Love chunky, right? Don't we love chunky? There you go. Okay. And when you've got a paper, some of these scrapbook papers that are a little bit heavier, you can't really even notice that, you know, my ropey piece that I put in through there. Okay, now then, let's do some other fun stuff. Let's make, okay, this one doesn't have pockets. Let's make this a side pocket. And this one too. Let's just make both of them a side pocket before we get started. That way we'll remember. And let's do, this one doesn't have anything. We could do, let's make a couple of top pockets. Or you could do one top pocket, you can do 2, whatever you want to do. That is really close to that. Maybe I should, well, they all have that. Oh, now I just feel like I'm all thumbs. Just a tiny smidge just to snip it off. And it just opens it up. So just a little hair of a snip. Let me snip it off here. All right, so now we got a couple of top pockets, and then as soon as I get the paper on, whatever we decide to decorate it with, and so, you know, now then we can just get busy and start adding all kinds of pretty papers in here. And I like to just go ahead and put some of the papers down, and then you still are able to, you know, add other embellishments on it. I like this one. I love the, you know, I don't know, I was going to show it to you. I'd have to put it up here so you can see. I love to have things that are like maps. When you're doing nautical stuff, I love it when it's got maps and all kinds of goodies with it. And why I love a nautical thing, who knows? I'm not much of a water person. I did not grow up around water. I grew up around Denver, Colorado, and we did not have a lot of water there. In fact, when my oldest daughter got married, and her husband, it was from Minnesota, and he came down to Denver, and he's like, "Where's all the lakes?" You're not in Minnesota anymore, buddy. We don't have a bunch of lakes here. And some of them can match. I think these two went together. So, I mean, if we wanted to put those on facing pages, we could do that. Why is that up? Was that one of them that was supposed to be a pocket? Now it's upside down. Oh, my word. It's not a pocket anymore. Not that direction, anyway. Oh, my goodness. Well. Well, you know, we might as well put this one in there then, if it's going to go all the way across. Now I kind of wish I would have put this side down because it had some pretty text on it. That would have been pretty. Now, the problem I am seeing here is that my little binding strips are sticking out at the top and the bottom, which if I had already put those down before I cut my paper, you know, I should have done one or the other. I should have put the, you know, I should have known where the binding strips went and then cut my paper to cover them up, or, you know, when I already had cut my paper, I should have put those down a little bit, but alas, I did not. Well, this is kind of pretty. It's got a little bit of texture on it. I'm thinking I'm gonna use that one. It's got a little bit of text or other goodies on it, more so than this one with the big sailboat. And we're probably gonna put enough other stuff on top of it that Mr. Sailboat's not gonna show up too much anyway. But just a chunky little journal. So you just keep layering and making little pockets and goodies. What else have we got here? There's another one of these blues. Let's put it over here. And they did not go together, but those colors will look pretty facing each other. You got the reservoir. That's right. We had the reservoir. In fact, in later years, there's two big reservoirs around Denver now. Okay. But yeah, I never even learned to swim until I was like 11 when my brother was born, and then by the time he was, I don't know, he was getting ready to about start school, I think. And my parents got swimming lessons for him, and then I guess they decided that, you know, it was really sad that I didn't swim, so they got swimming lessons for me too. And they had his instructor. She gave me private lessons. And this one day she goes, "Okay, now then you're going to go down there to the deep end and you're going to just jump in. You'll go all the way to the bottom and then you will pop back up and then swim to the edge." And so I'm just like looking at her, and she goes, "You will. You'll pop back up I'm like, okay. So I go down there and do it. She goes, I can't believe you did that. I go, what are you talking about? She goes, most people won't do it. I said, it worked just like you said it would. Look, now this one is the same way, you guys. Oh, it was a fail. I'll just have to make my own pockets. Oh my. I got those upside down. Look, after I decided which way I wanted them. Well, we'll hurry through this one. Next time. This is what you call learning from your mistakes, right? I even do my own mistakes. Oh my goodness. Let's put these two here. That makes me super sad. Those pockets were going to be super cute. But once you get your binding down. Okay, so next tip. Once you put them in order, make sure they're the direction they needed to go. I always say, I can't believe I did that. And yet I can. I can't believe it. You know, we're all just trying to get through, make a project, and in a limited time. And you know, a lot of times we don't finish our projects, but you know, we try to get a good ways through them. And here's one of those things that if I decide later to come back, I'm not inking any of this. And yet if I decided to later, this is when I could use that technique of taking a scrap piece of paper, which would be like, you know, just you put a scrap piece of paper up against what you want to ink, and then you can still ink it and it's not going to get on the rest of, you know, what you're doing. And so, you know, that's a trick too that you can do. Okay, did we get, I'm trying to get to the point where we can, and you know, and maybe some of this you just leave and then use that to add pockets. Let's make pockets out of this guy. You know what? Let's just cut across here. Uh-oh. I'm going to keep going. Okay. Am I back here, you guys? Can you see? Is anybody still here? Okay, my goodness. It on my side looked like it quit. Okay. I think we're still good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a couple of pockets here in the middle. I don't want that high. I'm going to give that a shorter pocket. And do that. Okay, it looks like looks like I still got people here. I just looked up and it was blank. I don't often, the way that I have mine set up, I don't often see that happen when I am live. It's usually not too bad. Well, I wish I would have. Well, now I'm stuck with needing that for the same thing. Okay, let's move on. And we've got another one that's cut out the right size. Let's use that. Well, two of them. Two of them, I guess. Except I don't know if I want to keep this for some more rope. Some more rope looking stuff. Let me see, what else have we got going on over here? We could just put it in here like this. Let's do that. Let's just use the rope side. I don't know, you just try to do it real quick when you're doing these. Now I kind of wish, well, let's use that side. Whoops, almost lost my bottle. This will be so fun. I can hardly wait to see what everybody else is going to do. I gotta hurry up here because we want to do another couple things instead of just glue paper on. Okay, let's just stop with that for now. So you see where that's going. Hopefully I got my places that were going to be pockets. Is this one? Yes. Okay. So these, let's make a little thing here so we know that these were going to be our pockets. We'll just make our little thing there. And then we can just see, we can get this one in the same spot. I don't think this will go through all of them. That's why I did them twice. And then the side ones, let's find our side pockets. They're right here. Yes. So let's do this. And I wanted to get the other papers on because I figured it would go just like that and need to go through the edge. You know what? This one, okay, here I can do it under here maybe. And line it up. That was trickier. Ooh, I got it. Ooh, I'm a good hole puncher. Such a good hole puncher. Okay, so now what I want to do on one of these, okay, this is a good one. I'm going to take another piece of this and I am going to go around. It'll be kind of like a little belly band. And we're going to put it right here. And I think I'm going to go around twice because that'll just be cute. Okay. So you don't want to get it too tight. You don't want it too loose, but you want to, you know, be able to stick something in there. So doesn't feel tight. So it's just kind of another little thing for a belly band. And I found some other little fibers that would be cute on here too, I think. Now I'm just going to tie this in a knot. And you could put, you know, some kind of little dangly things on there. What? Let me show you what I found. I was looking at some of my charms and I thought, oh, these would be fun to use. I put them in a little pill box so I wouldn't lose them. Look at what some of these are. So, got like a little starfish, a little dolphin. I got, I think, 2 different kinds of little sea turtles. This could be like a skull. This is a skull and crossbones. Could be our pirate nautical. Here's a little seahorse. And then here's like the little ship's wheel and an anchor. And so I found all of those. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I've got some of the perfect things to use when I get to that point to make something with that. That'll be cute. Okay, so we've got, here's our little belly band. And then I've got these little cards here, which came, you know, these are like just little cut aparts. And, you know, you can ink them and do whatever. You can stick those in there. What's it look like over here? Oh, same. Oh my goodness. Let's see what else we've got. So all kinds of things. This one I thought would be fun to just cut and make a tag. Maybe we could even put it, maybe we could make it a long tag. And just trim this off right along here. And I've got a hole punch right here. And let's see, where did I put those little fibers? This is something else. This is another thing that I thought would work really good for some of the things in here. Would be some crochet thread. It's like a cotton thing. Look, it's kind of rope-esque as well. See, you know, that would be fun to use. And here were some other fun things. In fact, I think I'm gonna put this through here. If I can get it through. Just make this our little, I don't even know what do you call these at the top of a tag? I don't know. I'm not sure. Now that I think of it, I'm not very sure. Oh, I think that's going to stay. Sometimes if I am using some kind of a fiber or something and it seems like it's not going to stick, I will go ahead and put just a dot of glue. Like I would put it, I'll show you where. Like I would put it, oh my goodness. I would just, you know, put it under here to where you can't see it. And that's one of the reasons I really like these little needle-nosed applicators. So see, now I could stick this in here. We've got little top pockets, side pockets. Now this is pretty. Look here. Here were some more cut-apart cards, and it was like brown paper on the back, so that would make it great for journaling. So we could cut this apart. And this would be fun to just fold. You guys, you know, you could just ink all of this stuff to your heart's delight, and you could like just stick that in there. That, oh look, that fits perfect. Oh, I love it. That'll be great right there. And we could, let's see what else we've got here. So we've got that pocket. You could just cut some of these things and, you know, have those be like little tuck pockets there. I think I'll do that. I'm just going to curve the little edge a little so it's not so sharp. And that's another thing. You know, you can make these your own. You can do as much corner rounding, as much inking as you want. Just make it yours. And you know, a lot of it depends on what kind of papers you find, and you can add all kinds of stuff, and all you would have to do is just, you know, continue adding to this. Now, you know, we could go back in and add another one of these. All you'd have to do, well, no, maybe not. That might not be true. After the fact might be kind of harder. I'd have to really give that some thought, you guys. It might be possible. I'd have to really think on it, though. And we've got, you know, the side pockets. We could put in a couple of little fun tags there. Or this could be another little goodie to write on. Remember, you guys, Sheila's coming up right after me, and the link to her page, it's not tagged, it's an actual URL that is in the description, but that'll get you there. So we've got that one, the little in the bottle. We could put this in one of our side pockets here. You know, it could stick out if you wanted it to. Lots of fun stuff. Now, I'm just like, wait, doesn't it close? Oh my word. I could tuck this here. And you just keep adding stuff and tucking in goodies and just doing all the fun stuff. Let me see. We had some of this left. Where was one of those pieces I cut off? I could. I wonder if I can get this squared off enough that would fit. Nope. I could do it like this and then cut that. I'd have to really mess around with that. Oh, I do have this one. I could cut a tiny piece. I could do that. There's so many things, you guys, that you could do. What do you think? Did you like this? Do you like this idea? Hey, Dina, how are you? I guess I lost some of my comments. We got all kinds of things popping in now. Okay, now I'm seeing everybody. Yeah, thanks, Bev, for popping that in. And Bev put that in the comments too. But you just keep adding and adding. And so, you know, then when you're ready, and you could put some other little goodies on here. You could put some little shells on here. This might be, I wonder if this is thick enough or long enough to go around again. Oh yeah, look. I could even do that. Maybe. Nah, that'd make it kind of, oh, it will. It will go around twice and tie with how long I got it. That makes an awfully short bow, though. But it's there. But just keep on decorating and doing all the fun stuff. Let's see what else we've got. I had some other little cards, too. Oh, and I had this. That's this, this blue, like weathered wood. That's pretty. That would be so pretty. This would be pretty to put on the front and just add something else. Maybe I'd put it on this side. I think I put that over there because then we've got our rope showing there. Okay, so maybe I'll bump it up a little bit. No, well, if it's gonna be like a tuck pocket, I guess I would want it along the side and the bottom. Just like that. Thanks, Stephanie. Just put that there. So then we got a little tucky spot there even on the front to put some fun things. Hold on, I still can't believe I did that with my pockets. You know, we did this one open? No, of course not. You guys, I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself. I wanted those pockets there. This is so sad. And maybe we could put like another belly band over here. This would be pretty. Like just to use this blue paper. And then you'd still have all of this. That'd be pretty. I think I'm going to do that. Let me see. What did I say? This is 4 7/8. So I'm just going to trim it off like that. And I don't want it that wide. Maybe just kind of two of those. 2 of the barn boards. It's not really barn. I don't know if you'd call them barn boards if they're blue, would you? I just don't know. I don't have all the answers. Oh, I don't know. It seems to have been a quiet bunch here with me today, you guys. Maybe you've been chatting it up over there and I was trying to match it to that and I didn't have to. Okay, we'll save that for somewhere else. Well, maybe we'll just put it here. Actually, let's put it right on the edge. Well, but then you can't really tell that that is a little tuck spot. Let's snip a tiny bit out. It doesn't have to be a bunch. And stick it on again. Man, I don't know when I have taken things off and put them back on so many times as today. You just work it out, right, people? Wait. Was I putting that there? Well, I don't want to put it there. Where did I put it? Oh my goodness. Me oh my. If I put it on the edge of the paper, then it covers that up. Well, here. We'll put that there and then we'll snip that part back out. Ooh, it's almost getting too thick. Oops, not quite. There. That's almost it. And then we've got this here. Let me show you what I was talking about when I told you how you can go back and use a scrap of paper and do a little bit of inking. Like I can slide this in right here. That looks ridiculous with that on both. It almost makes you want to think you can go in that way too. That was not the best idea. Okay. Then you can just go like this. And this is how you can get something, an edge inked after the fact. And now we've got that edge inked up a little bit without getting it all on everything. So, you know, keep that handy trick in your arsenal of crafting tricks. I do not like this part at all. Let's cover that up. Let's just cover it up. Because we can do it. We can do that if we want to. But I did not like that. That was not a good place for that. Oh my goodness, and now this is clogged up. Man, I tell you, that's the one thing with these little needle nose things. If you leave them just a moment too long, then they have clogged up. So I'm just going to put this along here. And I mean, it's chunky anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter. We'll just put this here. And I'm going to come back and I will trim that right to the edge over there. I'll do this side now. And I'll put some over here. And look, now we've covered up our boo-boo. You always have to have ways to cover up boo-boos, right? This got something funny. It's like a piece of dried grass or something. That's funny. Well, that makes it pretty realistic looking. Like it came from somewhere. You slide it and get the edge there. Okay, and then I can come back with my glue and just dot it on the edges to keep it from really coming apart and fraying anymore, because it's going to dry clear. Let me see if I can get it stuck down there. It'll dry clear, and you won't be able to notice it. And sometimes I tap it off so it's not too thick. You guys, thanks so much. Let's go see what Sheila is going to do. And be sure and go to each of our creators. Everybody's listed in the description of this video so you can find them easily. And we are going to have a great day, and I can hardly wait to see what everybody else does using some kind of rope for their project. So thanks so much for joining me today. I am so appreciative, and I love coming and hanging out with you here, and I will talk to you next time. So wish me luck on the chunky little my junk journal here. And remember, if you're going to make one, do an even number of pages so your last one has 3 on the back of it too. Okay, talk to you later. Bye bye.